first on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Well, hey there. Thank you for looking in. It is Thursday. I'm Shelby Myers.
I'm Lenise Lagan. Thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4. I feel like we need to dance with that, right? Like a little shimmy or something. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, Mardi Gras is back.
I can't dance.
Yes, you can. Tonight, the ladies are bringing the party.
Yes, the Order of Polka Dots are going to roll at 6:30 along Route A. And tonight's theme is cocktails and dreams. You can expect to see 18 decked out floats.
Okay. In 1950, the Order of Polka Dots, the first lady organization to parade in Mobile, and today it is the largest ladies parading group in Alabama.
And just a reminder, you can keep up with all things Mardi Gras with a free Fox 10 Float Tracker app. It lets you know where the start of the parade is at any time, and you'll also find parade routes, a schedule, and your weather forecast. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available now, and you can download it in the Apple app and Google Play stores.
And if you can't make it to the parade, well, Fox 10 has you covered.
We're going to be streaming the parades on the Gulfstream app, which you can download on your Samsung, Apple, Roku, or Amazon TV.
Nicholas is here now to show you how to get started with that app. And Nick, it's kind of easy.
Yeah, it really is. If you have not downloaded the Fox 10 Gulfstream app on your Roku, Fire, Apple TV, all that stuff, it's super easy. All you have to do is go into the search bar of your streaming provider. We're using Roku here, and just search Fox 10 or Gulfstream, and you can search it here. I haven't done this before with the Gulfstream. Gulfstream. Maybe. Yes, there it is. And this is what pulls it up, and you can download it from here. So you'll press apps, and then you'll see it there. Download. It'll take a second to download, or open the app. And let me show you what's on here, because there's just so much Fox 10 content on this app, and it's all in one spot. Right now, you can see us here talking on Fox 10. So if you ever are not watching Fox 10 over the air, you can always watch it, all of our newscasts, on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. We have our full weather forecast, live events, and also, we have great stories like our Unwritten Legend series and, of course, a Mardi Gras rerun if you want some more Mardi Gras content. But if you want to watch those parades, head to the live streams here and live events to watch those parades. It's a very, very easy thing to do. So if you have that Roku, download that Fox 10 Gulfstream app.
All right, Nicholas, thank you for that, again, easy tutorial. Let's take a look at the schedule. As we said, the polka dots are rolling tonight at 6:30. And then tomorrow, there's parades on both sides of the bay. So a fun Friday for you. The Order of Inca rolls 6:30 tomorrow night in Mobile. And then you've got the Apollo's Mystic Ladies Parade at 6:45 p.m. in Daphne.
Goodness, Mobile's smallest Mardi Gras reveler is just having the time of their lives today. This is video from this year's Mystics of Ashland Place Parade. The Midtown tradition is all about letting the little ones be the star of the show. Pint-sized floats featuring storybook characters like the Hungry Caterpillar. You see a lot of parents are out there too. And that parade kicked off right across the street from Ashland School, the preschool there. Mobile's Excelsior Band keeping the party going with classic tunes. We caught up with some of those proud parents, of twins in fact, who said they put some serious love into their floats.
And it was fun. I mean, a few weekends of work, just here they say, happy wife, happy life.
A bright sunny day. It's just perfect weather for it. Our kids have been counting down, I think, since they started school. So they are woke up bright and early, ready to go.
Okay, coming up at 5, we're going to hear from one of the students marching in that parade. She's talking about her favorite part, and it does not have anything to do with the throws. It's got something more than that, the meaning, and we'll talk about it coming up later tonight.
All right, let's take you outside, downtown Mobile, where all the action's going to be kicking off shortly. Sunny on this Friday Eve and clear skies as well, but you will want to grab your jacket or sweater if you're going out tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people might be heading out for the parades, and it's going to get chilly. So let's get your updated forecast now with Nick. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a lovely day out there today. I mean, really, you enjoy it. There's a little bit of wind, so it has that kind of chill feel to it. You do need a jacket out there. You will need a jacket for parades this evening. Some ups and downs in the forecast here before we get to our warming trend. We've been all focusing here on a warming trend, the long term.
Well, because that's what we want.
Yes. Yeah. And I think everybody's heard about that. But, and this is a slight edit to what you might have seen previously, we have had to do some updating of the numbers. There is a little clipper system that's going to be rolling well off to our north, but it looks like it's going to actually swing a weak front through here. So your Friday is going to be quite mild, a high of 68 degrees, but the temperatures go down for Saturday and Sunday. So it is a slightly cooler forecast than some of the numbers we had yesterday. We've taken them down about 5 or so degrees, 61 degrees for Saturday. Then on Sunday, 64 degrees. So a nice, comfortably cool afternoon, then warmer. You see Monday and Tuesday, we're up in the 70s. Wind direction, you can see how this happens on Friday, a westerly wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then the wind direction changes on Saturday to northerly. That's that cooler air coming in here. Then southerly flow picks up on Monday and Tuesday. That is, of course, the more warm and humid air coming into our area. And that means for the weekend, we're looking pretty good. This is Saturday and Sunday again. We'll call it cool, 61, 64 degrees there, mostly clear sky. Cool day with lots of sunshine, perfect for your Mardi Gras festivities. Then on Sunday, cool morning and a mild afternoon. For this evening, grab your jacket. It is going to be a chilly one. 46 degrees, mainly clear and chilly for downtown Mobile for the order of polka dots on Route A. Then on Friday evening, 61. Wow. For a temperature there. That is a serious improvement. So comfortably cool, we'll call it there. Then 58 degrees in Daphne at 6:45 p.m. for Apollo's Mystic Ladies. Other big things that we're tracking in our headlines. Warmer on Friday, as I mentioned. Cool for the weekend, but comfortable. Then a warmer week of weather for next week with those highs in the 70s. Next rain chance comes towards the end of next week. We have a lot to talk about. The details coming up.
All right, Nick, thank you. A Mobile couple will face a grand jury on attempted murder charges.
Yeah, Lenise, today a judge ruled that prosecutors do have enough evidence against Justin Sinia and Ariel Peralt to seek indictments against the Mobile couple. And this after a January standoff that critically wounded a police officer. Fox News' Brendan Kirby is in the studio with the latest.
All right, Brendan, walk everyone through what happened at that hearing.
Well, Lenise and Shelby, prosecutors presented evidence from that standoff on Tuscaloosa Street last month. A Mobile police officer suffered critical gunshot wounds. According to testimony, that shot was one of dozens that the defendants fired on January 4th. Detective Kenyatta Taylor testified that gunfire struck multiple targets. In addition to injuring Lieutenant Lorenzo Matthews, bullets hit a neighbor's house and a car, a rehabilitation center, a car across the street, and 4 police vehicles. According to testimony, the couple lived in Mobile for about 2.5 years. They kept to themselves. Neighbors reported that they rarely saw them outside and that they had their groceries delivered. Lawyers for the couple say that both defendants suffered from severe mental illness. Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood doesn't dispute that they had mental health issues, but he says he's not prepared to concede that they were legally insane at the time of the shooting.
I think most people that intentionally break the law probably have some kind of mental issue. We have a mental health court now that has seen a lot of success. People that shoot at the police are not qualified for mental health court. That's not how we treat them. We're prosecuting them to the fullest extent.
I'll have more on this at Fox 10 News at 5, including what Sinia's lawyer has to say and Detective Taylor's description of Sinia's chilling words when questioned by investigators. Reporting live in the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, we've been following it closely. A bill looking to expand the scope of death penalty cases is now on Governor Ivey's desk. House Bill 41 would make certain child sex abuse crimes death penalty eligible. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live outside of the State House. Jessica, how did the final vote shake out?
Well, for how much time has been spent on this bill, it passed through the Senate relatively easily. Every single Republican Senate member and all but 2 Democratic Senate members voted in favor of this bill. However, it would not go into effect immediately because there are questions about the constitutionality of this bill. Executing someone as of right now is not able to take place unless that crime that the person was convicted of led to the death of another person. Now, back in 2008, that decision was made. The Supreme Court had said that the death penalty could only be be used in cases where the crime resulted in a death. This bill applies to first-degree rape, sodomy, and sexual torture cases where the victim is less than 12 years old. Alabama Republicans have said throughout the legislative process that they want this bill to send a message to the Supreme Court to change its mind. A few Senate Democrats, including Senator Linda Coleman Madison, shared they felt conflicted about the bill, saying they want to make sure due process for people accused is protected, while agreeing that people who commit these crimes are some of the worst of the worst. But Republican Senator April Weaver, who sponsored the Senate's version of the bill, said the bill will protect Alabama children.
I am not saying that people like this should not be locked up and maybe even the death penalty. However, I want to make sure that when a person says that there's conclusive evidence.
Prosecutors will look at that on a case-by-case basis, and I've stated before, I believe there's a special place in hell for people who do this to our children, and today we're one step closer to having a special place for them in Alabama, and that's on death row in the death chamber at Holman Prison.
Now, while Senator Coleman Madison said she was conflicted, she ended up voting present, so she didn't vote yes or no definitively. The only no vote was actually from Democratic Senator Vivian Davis Figures. All other senators voted yes, and it'll now make its way to Governor Ivey's desk where it's sure to pass. She actually said in her State of the State that she really wants this bill to be a priority of the lawmakers, and it seems to have been. And apologize for the noise. We've been talking about that new State House. They're working on it right next to me, so I hope you were able to follow along with that. But for now, live at the State House, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. And Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall released a statement after House Bill 41 passed the Senate, saying he applauds the legislature for passing the bill and says it sends the strongest possible message to those who look to harm young Alabamians.
In your national news now, Arizona sheriff investigators are working with the FBI to find Nancy Guthrie. They say she's still out there, but they have not identified any suspects.
The search for the missing mother of NBC anchor Savannah Guthrie is now in its 5th day.
Karen Kafa with the very latest.
Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there.
On day 5, Sheriff Chris Nanos of Pima County, Arizona, said there are no suspects or persons of interest yet in the search for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of NBC Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie.
We operate from a position that until we know she's out there, she's alive, and we're going to continue thinking that way until we find her.
The FBI noted that there has been no proof of life so far and said the agency is investigating a ransom letter sent to local and national media outlets, along with many other leads. They also sent a public message to anyone involved in Guthrie's disappearance.
This is an 84-year-old grandma that needs vital medication for her well-being. You still have the time to do the right thing before this becomes a worse, much worse scenario for you.
On Wednesday evening, Savannah Guthrie and her siblings released a video responding to reports of alleged ransom notes and pleading for their mother's safe return.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive.
However, verifying communications or any proof of live evidence will be challenging, given the high-profile nature of the case and the proliferation of artificial intelligence tools and deepfake videos. The FBI said Thursday they have arrested at least one person for making what they called an imposter ransom demand. I'm Karen Kafa reporting.
In your traffic report here at 4:12 on the afternoon on Thursday, this is the Bayway where we're looking okay right now. There's a decent amount of traffic out there, a decent amount of people on the roads, but not seeing any major issues right now. Interstate 10 seems to be flowing smoothly across Baldwin County and Mobile County. Interstate 65 as well with no major issues. Hopping over to Pensacola, you can see a little bit of slowdown with some construction here at 110 to 10. If you're taking that interchange, that is something that has been there forever, and you will be still dealing with that today if you had to go north on 110, then head westbound on Interstate 10. Otherwise, no major issues to report. Your drive times seem to be doing well, 7 and 8 minutes eastbound and westbound. If you're heading eastbound now to head back to Baldwin County, this is your eastbound drive times, both on the Bayway and the Causeway. It looks like 8 minutes for both. So normal afternoon for us. We'll keep you updated if anything changes.
Also ahead, a popular coffee store is deploying a new kind of barista at the drive-thru. YourDaily.com is next. And Valentine's Day is coming up. There's a horror show for you. Fans of Halloween spooky skeletons. Yep, a haunted house with a Valentine's Day twist. We'll get into it in today's Take a Look at This. But first, a live look outside. A fun fact for you. Did you know that young sunflowers follow the sun across the sky? It's a process called heliotropism, which is driven by an internal clock, much like humans. Speaking of yellow, a lot of sunshine out there today and yellow flags at the beach. Stay close. Welcome back. From robots to records, Starbucks is deploying AI-powered baristas. And in gaming news, Nintendo's original Switch just switched places with the classic console in all-time sales. Let's go to yourdaily.com. Nintendo's best-selling console list has a new leader. The gaming company reporting the original Nintendo Switch, released back in 2017, has now surpassed the Nintendo DS in all-time sales. The Switch has sold more than 155 million units compared to that of the DS, which sold just over 154 million since its 2004 launch. This, as the Nintendo Switch 2, which debuted last year, saw a strong surge in holiday sales. However, the PlayStation 2 still holds the title for best-selling console of all time, outselling the Switch by more than 4.6 million units. And from records to robots, Starbucks is introducing a new kind of staff member, robotic baristas. These automated assistants are now taking orders at some drive-thrus in Starbucks. The move is part of the CEO's Brian Nichols' plan to cut $2 billion in costs, with the robots serving as a high-profile test case for deploying AI with a personal touch. And, you know, we have talked about stories like this before in the past, with different restaurant chains integrating AI robots for tasks like preparing food or voice-activated ordering when you're in the drive-thru. Chipotle and McDonald's come to mind, but I've yet to see it in person. That would be something else.
.419 now, Dolphins, all-in credit union camera. It's a nice evening out there. It's going to be great. We're going to be watching this camera later on for a parade rolling on Rowdy in downtown Mobile. Should be a nice evening. Chilly weather tonight, so grab your jackets as you're heading out. Then warmer on Friday. Temperatures getting up there nicely after a very chilly morning for us. Then cool, comfortable for the weekend. We have a sneaky front that is coming in this weekend, and it is going to knock temperatures down just a little bit. It is not going to be super noticeable, though. It's just going to be nice and cool. So, parade forecast this evening. This is Thursday evening, order of polka dots, 46 degrees. Grab your jackets. You've noticed maybe there's a little bit of wind out there, and there is going to be around 10 miles per hour, 7 miles per hour. So just grab a good jacket and have a good time out there. Mardi Gras time is here. Overnight tonight, we see a light freeze in some of our inland spots. Look at some of these numbers. 30 in Evergreen and Bruton, 31 Atmore, 30 in Monroeville, 36 is what we're going with in Mobile, and 37 Pensacola, 31 though in Crestview. Chilly temperatures inland, temperatures closer to 40 degrees at the coast. Day planner tomorrow, we start chilly, but look at that afternoon. Temperatures getting up into the 60s. This is the planner for Pensacola with those numbers. 64 degrees at 1 p.m., 65 degrees at 4 p.m. in Mobile. Similar numbers here, 67 to 68 degrees at 1 and 4 p.m. West wind around 10 miles per hour you'll feel. And look at all of that sunshine that we're expecting. It should be a gorgeous day to be outside on your Friday. Your afternoon temperatures 72 degrees in Leakesville, 71 in Lucedale, 71 Chatham Calvert, 68 Mobile, 68 in Pensacola. Parade forecast for Friday evening. Because it's a milder day, it's a milder feel for the parades. I'll still call it cool because eventually we'll get into the 50s by the end of these parades. But we have Order of Inca, Order of Chaos here in Mobile, 61 degrees there. We also have our Daphne parades going on Friday as well. We'll see you there. Friday is mild, but Saturday and Sunday we actually have some cooler weather moving in. A sneaky front, as I mentioned, with no rain as it passes, knocks our temperature down a bit. Saturday morning, 41 degrees. Saturday afternoon, only 61 degrees. So it's going to be a cooler feel there, but plenty of sunshine, great weather for multiple parades happening on Saturday. Then on Sunday, 64 degrees, a little warmer, mild, we'll call it, sunny skies, looking nice. If you want actual warmer weather, though, Now wait past this weekend, let this front do its thing, and then we have a milder pattern set up with a ridge building in next week. That means temperatures go up into the 70s for highs. That is above average for us. And some changes in our morning temperatures as well. Not brutally cold for us in the mornings here. That is 36, 41, 36 for Friday morning, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning. This morning temperatures actually go above average next week. Next week, we have a rain chance at some point, probably in the back half of the week. I'll mention the forecast models are being extremely annoying to look at because they are shifting around left and right. Right now, we have around a Wednesday rain chance, which would be great because we have no parades on Wednesday, so that would just line up perfectly. And it's not a super high rain chance. This number could shift around, so I'm just giving you the heads up. Some forecast models have had thunderstorms for us at the end of the week, so there's some things to look at. If you have end of week plans, keep an eye on things. It does look like we could be clear by the weekend. Here's your futurecast model showing you what it looks like overnight tonight. Mainly clear skies as we go into Friday morning. Here's your 7-day outlook. Again, a lot of stuff going on. Warmer temperatures by next week.
I'm Sarah Wall. Today on In Depth, we're talking about our Gulf Coast wildlife and how it's been handling these recent freezing temperatures. I mean, we've been seeing iguanas falling out of trees. We're seeing cold, stunned sea turtles that are floating in the water and washing ashore. We are taking a look at which species are the most vulnerable, how they're dealing with the cold, and what's being done to help them. You can check it out on In Depth with Sarah Wall. You can see it on our Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, our Fox 10 Facebook page, and on our Fox 10 website, fox10tv.com.
Well, if Cupid's arrow feels more like a dagger this year, we've got just the story for you. Whether you prefer a Valentine's Day horror show or a creepy crawly named after your ex-Valentine, Patrick Cornell has you covered. And take a look at this.
Roses are red, violets are blue. This Valentine's Day, there's a horror show for you. For fans of Halloween's spooky skeletons and ghastly gargoyles, a Valentine's Day twist.
Yes, love is the scariest thing.
Loveland, Colorado's Haunted Manor invites guests to a late 1800s wedding celebration that may or may not be a love story gone wrong.
You'll see how that love unfolds or doesn't.
And for passionate fans of monsters and matrimony, for $175, you can literally get married inside the haunted house. How's that for a fairy tale happy ending, or whatever's happening right there? If your love life is a bit of a horror show, feel free to feed your ex-Valentine to an animal. Symbolically, of course, sickos. The San Antonio Zoo's Cry Me a Cockroach Valentine's fundraiser lets you name a cockroach, rat, or veggie after an ex or not so special someone. The zoo will let a hungry animal chomp down on your lost love namesake, hopefully letting you exorcise some demons with the ex-Tex-Mex, turning your heartache into a tasty treat supporting wildlife conservation. Prices range from $5 to $15 depending on your selection, and apparently that's a discount. The zoo saying we are rolling back pricing to help with your vengeance, giving jilted lovers a chance to get back at their former flame in a healthy and helpful way on the cheap. Doesn't that look delicious? Ugh. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
A trio of terrifying tales headed to the theaters this weekend. We've got the spine-tingling details for you in your entertainment news next.
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance. The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Snoop Dogg getting some attention, taking part in the Winter Olympics torch relay.
Has he done this before?
He has.
I thought so. He is the honorary coach for Team USA at the Winter Games and carried the iconic flame from one Italian city to the next, where he transferred it to the next torchbearer.
So it's not unusual for him. He participated in this event right before the Paris Summer Olympics opening ceremony. That was in 2024, and at the time, that was his first time, and he was so excited about it, and he, said, I want to do it again, I want to do it again. And, he brings out the crowds. The guy is funny. He's a rapper, he's a producer, he's an entrepreneur. He's an entertainer. Yeah. The showmanship there.
He just loves to have fun. I don't know. I just feel like him and Dolly Parton are kind of one and the same to me mentally. I just think of them. They're into so much food, recipes, and like alcohol. I don't know what all Snoop's done. Chips, just all sorts of different things. And then I don't know. Him and Dolly they can't sit still, but they love to have fun, and I love it for them.
Yeah. I love the dynamic between him and Martha.
Yes.
That relationship.
What a friendship. What a friendship indeed.
Okay.
All right, a trio of fright flicks creeping the theaters this weekend.
Ooh, let's go to Rick Damigella.
For 400 years now, we've been looking for the source. Here you are.
He comes to find his princess.
Count Dracula.
It's a scary weekend at movie theaters, starting with Luc Besson's vision of Dracula. The film stars Caleb Landry Jones as Dracula alongside Christoph Waltz.
Did you come here to pray for her?
You killed her.
Everything I've ever cared about is gone. You took it from me.
The Strangers Chapter 3 is the third film in the rebooted franchise to release since 2024. Rennie Harlan is back in the director's chair for the conclusion of the planned trilogy.
Can you translate any of it?
To talk, it can also mean to...
Summon the dead.
Go for it, babe. I dare you.
Do it.
I think I'm gonna pass on the whole ghost summoning death whistle.
Whistle finds a group of high school students stalked by unknown forces after, you guessed it, using an Aztec death whistle. Watching with the lights on in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Interested in any of those?
Well, yes. But would you blow that whistle?
No.
No? Would
you
be
crazy?
tempted?
No. Reminds me of the Goonies, kind of. The
Oh,
80s
but
movie.
that turned out to be a great
Well, that was a good one,
adventure.
yeah.
I totally do that.
The music led me to believe that one had more of an ominous twist to it.
Chances are.
All right, next up, we're going to dive into those big breaking stories headlining your news at 5.
And then this.
It's a game changer in the care of acute stroke patients, and that's something that gives us hope.
A breakthrough when it comes to stroke treatment, and it could save millions.
Discover the new oral medication that promises to reduce the risk of recurrent strokes. We got the details on this potential life-saving drug next, but first, Nick.
And really quickly, another fun fact. Something about National Meteorologist Day.
Yes, National Weather Person's Day.
How could I forget?
Is
Happy,
today.
happy.
Shout out to Bluebell Ice Cream for delivering ice cream today, by the way. They are like my favorite. I love you, Bluebell. Anyway.
Shout out to you, Nick, and the Fox 10 weather team.
Yes.
And we try our best. All right, forecast over the next few hours, 44 degrees at 7 p.m. if you're out in downtown Mobile for the parade. We have more on this parade forecast and more for the weekend coming up.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
We have a lot going on behind the scenes here. I want to get you caught up with some of the stories we'll have tonight at 5. First, you've got concerns in North Baldwin County about a proposed solar project, what we're finding out.
And then a duck in distress in Fairhope, how one man helped rescue it. And then Order of Polka Dots will hit the streets of downtown Mobile tonight. We'll have a live report and those stories, plus a whole lot more potentially breaking news, all coming up on Fox 10 News at 5 o'clock in about less than 30 minutes from now.
Yeah, it is 4:36 right now, and you're looking at downtown Mobile. Keep an eye on the traffic situation and your weather conditions for this evening. Looks like traffic's flowing smoothly. It's about to be a busy night downtown Mobile with Mardi Gras going on, with the parade. We have the polka dots going on. We're so excited for this. And if you have the Fox 10 weather app, we encourage you with the weather app, also on the Mardi Gras Float Tracker app, submit your pictures and videos. Please submit those pictures and videos. And I know we're going to have a great sunset this evening. I'll try to show some of those pictures on the evening newscast and share them on Facebook. Facebook. So submit them here on the Fox 10 Weather app. How do you do that? You head to the homepage, you scroll down to where you see submit your pictures and videos, tap on that, and you can actually see some of the recent absolutely beautiful sunrise and sunset photos that we have gotten. All you have to do is hit Add Media, upload files, select from your photo library, fill out a couple things, and then you're done. We highly encourage you to submit those pictures and videos on the Fox 10 Weather app. Let's talk about this evening real quick. This is the parade forecast, 47 degrees. So that's a little chilly, mainly clear, very, very nice night. But again, 47 degrees for that temperature, so you're going to need to grab the jackets. What about on Friday? Friday is a warmer day. A much warmer day. In fact, we're going to see 70s in some locations. So our forecast for Mobile Friday evening has temperatures in the 60s and upper 50s. So it's cool, not super chilly though. That's going to be some great parade weather. Also parade weather Friday evening in Daphne Apollo's Mystic Ladies, a parade that you will see some familiar Fox 10 faces in. 58 degrees with a clear sky. Then this weekend, a front passes through, so it is cooler this weekend. 61 for your high on Saturday. So those parades on Saturday, you're actually going to need a jacket. This is a change from some of our previous numbers that we have shown. Then 64 degrees there on Sunday, slightly milder there. So the 5-day outlook after the weekend, a warming trend into next week. So a lot of parades going on, a lot of action. Submit those photos on the Fox 10 Weather app.
Those soothing sounds that a lot of people use to help them sleep might actually be harming your night's rest. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania conducting a new 7-night sleep study with 25 participants focused on pink noise. So that's a type of noise that people often use. It's more of an up-down frequency, more not like white noise, which is just like a constant static. The study showed that REM sleep decreased by an average of 19 minutes each night when sleeping participants were exposed to that pink noise. Earplugs, they say, were also found to be more effective at reducing the impact of noise on sleep compared to pink noise. Pink noise can also include naturally occurring sounds like wind, rainfall, and the rustling of leaves.
I can't do pink noise. I've tried
I can't do any noise.
Really?
And I have a girlfriend, sorry, she needs to have like white noise in the background. I like silence.
No, I need white noise, even if it's just a ceiling fan, a fan of some kind. But pink noise, anything like ocean where it's, I'll wake up every time the new sound. I can't do the up and downs.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Well, we all have our patterns. After 3 weeks of declines, the flu is coming back, and in a big way. The CDC is reporting infections are up 18% around the nation.
Yeah, right now 41 states are reporting high or moderate levels of flu activity, and that's down from a peak of 49 we saw in December. But a new strain of influenza A is sending folks back to hospitals in big numbers. ERs and doctors' offices are starting to get overwhelmed again, and health officials are pleading with folks to take precautions. Of course, wash your hands if you want to wear face masks, and also stay alert for flu-like symptoms.
The best way to protect yourself really when it comes to these viruses is to, get the vaccine. And if you haven't gotten one, you're not too late.
This is a bad flu season, and when the numbers are written on this one, people are going to be grateful to have had the protection of the vaccine.
Well, meanwhile, some drug makers, including Moderna, are using mRNA technology to create new vaccines that will be geared toward older people and those with serious illnesses.
The CDC says there have been more than 18 million cases of the flu in the U.S. so far this season.
Well, nearly 800,000 people a year have a stroke in the U.S., and nearly 1 in 4 happen in patients who have had previous strokes. But today, new data was released on the study of a new investigational drug, which could help prevent some strokes from happening again. Here's Mandy Gaither on why this could be a game changer for some stroke survivors.
In the U.S., someone has a stroke every 40 seconds, and about 1 in 4 survivors have another stroke within 5 years. Part of traditional post-stroke treatment includes blood thinning medications to help lower risk of another event, but it can come at a cost.
All blood thinners in some way raised the concern about an increased risk of bleeding.
Dr. Andrew Russman with Cleveland Clinic says post-stroke treatment options haven't changed much in decades, but he's one of the investigators studying the safety and efficacy of a new class of oral medications called Factor XIa inhibitors.
They work by preventing the pathologic or bad clots that occur in the body, but they don't seem to interfere with the good kind of clotting that's important for the normal healing process.
Researchers say a national clinical trial of a drug in this new class found evidence it reduces risk of recurrent stroke when added to standard therapies without increasing the risk of major bleeding.
It's a game changer in the care of acute stroke patients, and that's something that gives us hope that we can prevent stroke in a large population of patients and add on to existing therapies.
The manufacturer, Bayer, says the medicine has received fast-track designation from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
I think there is some anticipation that if this medication goes through this thoughtful review process, we would hope to see the drug available around this time next year.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
When we come back, a Harry Potter character is becoming the face of the Chinese New Year. We'll explain why. Thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4.
Fifth graders, and so they've grown, and now they're mentors, and so it's kind of full circle for them.
But even for students who haven't participated before, it was a fun experience.
These young ones here, I'm teaching them how to restore the dunes, and we've been planting plants around these trees. That's pretty much it.
We've been planting plants around trees and moving trees around. It's really cool.
All of this is to provide crucial help to our coastal dune ecosystem.
So they're learning to share that experience with more people, and it helps everybody in making that awareness of how fragile our environment is, and so it's just awesome.
And they do projects like this all the time. This is actually day 2 of this specific project, making sure that our dunes are protected. Reporting here in Gulf Shores, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
The big 3 on your Thursday. Warmer on Friday with a cool weekend ahead. A sneaky cold front comes in here. No rain with it, but it does knock the temperatures down just a bit. In fact, Sunday morning will probably be pretty chilly. Then warmer weather for next week. And I'm using the term warmer because highs get decently into the 70s. Overnight tonight, it's going to be a chilly one, though. 32 degrees in Grove Hill, 30 in Monroeville, 30 in Evergreen, 30 in Bruton, 36 is what we're going with in Mobile, and 37 in Pensacola. Forecast afternoon temperatures tomorrow take us all the way up to around 70 degrees. Friday is going to be your warmer day. Then we go cooler for the weekend. So 71 in Leakesville, Lucedale, 70 in Pascagoula, 68 in Mobile, 68 in Pensacola, 64 in Destin. It looks like a fantastic day for whatever outdoor plans you have. I recommend getting outside. And for the evening, where we have parades going on, look at the temperatures hour by hour. These are numbers for Mobile. 61 degrees at 6 p.m., 59 at 7 o'clock. Not bad for those parades going on. And it's going to be a little breezy tomorrow. Once again, we do have a little breeze around 20 miles per hour that we'll deal with. Speaking of wind, you can kind of see how our forecast goes based on wind direction. Remember, when we have a wind direction from the north, think cooler wind. From the south, think warmer wind. And Saturday, it's a cooler wind north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then that shifts, and on Sunday, we start to get a weak southerly wind, but it picks up Monday and Tuesday, and that's when we'll have actually moisture return, and it'll start to feel more spring-like for next week. Parade forecasts for the weekend. Saturday, comfortable, cool temperatures for all of these parades that we have going on. It is a busy one there. You can see how this looks in the long range outlook. So many parades going on. And they're looking at next week with the warming trend. There is a small rain chance towards the end of the week. There is an extreme amount of model uncertainty here, so this number will change. But if this forecast were to verify, all the rain would come on the day where we do not have parades. So I think we'll take that. Temperatures in the 70s for most of next week.
All right, thank you, Nicholas. Well, a Harry Potter villain has cast a spell on China as the Lunar New Year approaches.
Images of Draco Malfoy are popping up ahead of the Year of the Horse.
In Mandarin, Malfoy can roughly sound like horse and bringing good luck. Red posters with well-wishing messages are typical decorations for this annual celebration.
This year, a lot featured the grin of the infamous Hogwarts bully. He recently reprised his role, too, on stage.
Was it in Broadway?
Yes.
Yeah,
I love the Harry Potters. But yeah, how about that?
Potter.
Yeah. All right, people in China can't get enough of a certain stuffed toy.
It's known as the crying horse. And of course, again, ahead of the Lunar New Year, which starts February 17th, this sad horse is getting a lot of attention. So why that frown?
Aw, it was a mistake. The horse was supposed to be smiling, but yeah, that didn't happen. They put it on upside down.
Chinese workers took to it immediately, saying it perfectly represents the drudgery of office work. So the year of the fire horse represents growth and ambition.
Okay. The workers say they're tired for all of that, and the crying horse hashtag has been shared more than 190 million times on China's version of TikTok. You know, that's how you just roll with it.
Yeah. I kind of like it. I kind of want one. And
sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not.
Exactly. And you know what? As Miss Rachel says, you know, emotions are okay, or something like that. Big feelings are okay. That's it. All right, a rescue dog is being called a hero after saving her new family from a potential disaster. Find out how a shelter dog who waited 2 years for a home became a lifesaver just days after adoption.
Talk about perfect timing. A family in Ohio adopted a dog that had been waiting for a home for 2 years.
And just 48 hours later, she saved her new family's lives. Here's Brittany Harry with the story.
On January 28th, Deborah Watkins and her grandson Logan came to Paws of Dearborn County wanting to adopt an American Staffordshire Terrier.
Don't judge a dog by the breed so quickly. They're all individuals like we are all individuals. You can't cast a broad blanket on these dogs and think it's correct.
Layla Lou was Cindy Lou at the time. The Watkins say she stood out because of her personality. Layla had been at the shelter for 2 years.
She not only saved our home, but she saved our home from boredom. She is always doing something funny. She loves laying on people, licking, kissing. She's just really, really happy we took her home.
She has just been a joy and a wonderful dog.
Wait on. Good girl.
On Layla's second night in her new home, Deborah says she woke up to Layla trying to get her attention.
Layla came in my room and was very aggressively trying to wake me up. When I got up, I discovered that the house was filling up with smoke.
Deborah says the smoke was because of this log that was placed in the family's wood-burning fireplace. It didn't quite fit, Deborah says, so it was taken out and left on a pile of logs.
She prevented definitely what could have been a fire where we would have needed fire department response and probably smoke inhalation. The smoke was pretty thick upstairs in the house as smoke rises.
Deborah says she's unsure what would have happened that night if Layla hadn't woken her up. What she does know is that Layla has certainly found her forever home.
Exactly. That's why I'm here now to show you guys how to download it if you have that smart TV, that app. We're doing it on the Roku, so you know this remote if you have a Roku. This is going to be how you do it if you don't have it downloaded. Of course, we do. It's going to show up on your home page under your apps there if you do download it and you need to find it. But if you don't, just go down to search, and then you're going to search for it. There's a voice command on here, and I'm going to say Gulfstream. It's going to type in there for me so I don't have to go through all of that. And then you'll click on it. You will download the app. Of course, again, we already have it. So let's go ahead and open it up and we can show you what it's all about. A very cool tool to have in your back pocket or in the palm of your hand, I guess you could say. This is what you're watching right now. It's a little bit delayed, but this is us live here on Fox 10 News at 5:30 now. And then you can also go watch past newscasts. I like to do this personally at my house because I'm here during the 5 o'clock show. So when I get home, I like to go and watch the 5 o'clock and rewatch it there. Also, you can come down here. We're going to show you. We've already got your handy dandy little tabs over here, and one of them is Mardi Gras. It's right up here, actually. We'll just go to it this way. Right there. There's the Mardi Gras Rewind. You can watch all the action there as well and see the news, the new stuff. Just a really cool tool, especially during this Mardi Gras season, to have in your back pocket. So check it out. Of course, we're going to be continuing to cover all the parades and bring you the live coverage. But if you can't make it again, that's what the Roku Gulfstream app is for on Roku or whatever smart TV you have, guys.